gonna rob you.
What is the plan for the Russian vlogger? What did he violate?
Yes, he has, I think, 30 videos in the Philippines. All that, making a fool of Filipinos.
Give me right. Yes, you're gonna take me right.
The minimum charge, I think, will be 5 years per guilty verdict. Fair is fair.
Now you know you're in trouble when the president of a country makes a public announcement on live TV. Now, as you may know, there's a streamer or YouTuber called Vitaly. Now, he's a bit crazy, but this time around, he done took it too far and messed with the wrong people, effed around, and he found out. Now, the whole country of the Philippines, me being a Filipino myself, wants heads to roll, particularly Vitaly's. Everyone was heated. Every Filipino felt disrespected. They felt some type of way. I mean, me personally, I would just put him in the ring with Soap Pappy. And that's it. That's his sentence. But I do understand that you got to pay for the crimes he committed. But after all of that, what is he actually getting? Let's take a look.
Now, the Russian vlogger, what is the plan for the Russian vlogger who was apparently, as reporters have written, smug even after his arrest? Right? So pag-usapan natin
Let's talk about this Russian vlogger.
Ito, baka gimmick po. Alam mo kasi sa
Maybe
YouTube,
it's just a gimmick.
It's quite unpleasant.
Because YouTube is quite unpleasant.
But maraming vloggers who do that for
There's
show,
a lot of vloggers that
right?
does it for show, for clout.
For clout, for show. What did he violate? Because clearly he's been doing this all over different areas already, maybe different countries.
Well, there was vandalism. There was unjust vexation. There was burglary. There was video camming someone without their consent.
Yeah.
And a host of other things. There was theft. He stole an electric fan from a
That's
restaurant
5 we can count.
and tried to make a show of it. He stole a motorcycle from a patrolman of BGC and tried to ride it around BGC.
BGC is the rich area too.
He had unjust vexation towards a trainer of a surfboard trainer in Boracay and started to make a fool of himself. He has, I think, 30 videos in the Philippines. All that, making a fool of Filipinos.
Oh, wow. Okay, 30 videos. And lumabas sa video nung
It came out in the videos whilst he was reading the Miranda rights that he was doing a flying kiss.
It's for his YouTube, no, to get more views. But what happens to him now?
Kasi nangyayari dati.
Because what happens before, when it happens in a different country, he just gets deported. And that's it, it's finished. Bye-bye, Philippines. This time around, we didn't accept that. Can't just say goodbye now. You made a fool of Filipinos and that's it? Nah, that can't happen. So,
pwede ba siyang makulong sa mga pinagagawa?
can he go to prison for everything he's done?
His
Yes.
cases now, I think there are 5 cases filed. All of them are bailable. However,
5 cases.
upon rules of the Bureau of Immigration, if he is an undesirable alien, the Bureau of Immigration has a right to detain him in the process of his hearing.
So pwede siyang magdusa sa kulungan. Hindi siya makaka-vlog. Diba? Wala
Yes,
siyang ilalabas.
He can't
Di na niya
vlog in
uulitin.
prison.
He has no access to a cell phone. He has an access only to a cell phone to contact family or attorney. He is not allowed to vlog about anything which goes on inside the detention facility. He will live on the national stipend of 3 meals at 70 pesos.
That's
a
like
day.
£1.
That's for all 3
£1 a
meals.
day.
He will not get special treatment. He will live in a common cell, walang air
There's
conditioner.
no air conditioning in a common cell.
Kulong siya habang
He's gonna be
naghihiring
detained
siya. And
whilst
I
the
think-
hearing is
I
undergoing.
think that hearing, the civil trial, I don't know, it's civil criminal, maybe it's criminal, it'll maybe last 2 to 3 years.
2 to 3 years for the
The
trial.
minimum charge, I think, will be 5 years.
Minimum 5.
per guilty verdict.
If he gets
pwede siyang
guilty for 5,
nakadetain ng 2 to 3
5
years.
times 5.
For the hearing pa lang yan.
Oo,
Just for the
pa
hearing,
lang
he can be
yun.
detained for 2 to
Pero
3 years.
So it means it's clear he will not be deported just like that.
Oh no, hindi talagang we made a conscious decision
Oh,
not
no.
to have him deported. pagkatapos ng pagkatuwaan,
After he made fun of
niloloko mo na
Filipinos,
Pilipino, pinagkakatawa mo
ridiculed
Pilipino,
them,
pinapahiya mo
mocked them,
Pilipino, pinagkakitaan mo pa
and made
Pilipino,
money out of them,
tapos babay na lang?
just
Walang
gonna say goodbye?
ganun, di ba?
Nah, that can't
Fair is
happen.
fair.
Fair is fair.
No. And not only that, he may just move to another Asian country and do the same thing.
If he's found guilty for all 5 of those, for each one of those cases, he can get up to 5 years in prison. That means he can really be sentenced to 25 years of prison time. Now that's tough. I don't know if that's going to happen. I don't know if that's how everything's going to unfold. Maybe they do some sort of deal because he is a big name. So maybe, I don't know, by the side, they can do some sort of deal. Or they might just very well make this an example. Because right now there's elections in the Philippines and it's heated. So these politicians, especially the big names, they want to do something notable to society. And at this time, people want this guy to go to prison for everything he's done. So they might just give him that. Hey, it's bad luck for him, but hey, don't mess around with places you don't know. F around and find out. Sounds like bad news for Vitaly. I mean, it's about time because you see this happening in so many different places. They ain't just in the Philippines. It's also happened in Japan with the Johnny Somali guy, I think his name is. And just wreaking havoc. Look, I understand the world we live in now, that everything's about clout, content, this and that. It's all about getting the views, even at the cost of disrespecting and bullying others. But nah, there are certain parts of this world that are still living with morals and principles. And you can't just disrespect and bully people like that. Especially people who pride themselves in their nation, who holds dearly their culture. You just gotta be careful about these things. So now, I'm afraid you're gonna have to pay the price, my friend. Either that or get in the ring with Soul Pappy. But let's take a look at what the president of the Philippines has to say about this.
Give me your scooter now.
No.
Give me your scooter now. Give me a ride. Yes, you're gonna think about it.
You guys just a big bully. Can't fight neither too. He's a big bully, but he can't fight. I mean, I was supposed to fight in the same undercard in London in Misfits a while back, and he was terrible. Just absolutely terrible. And that's what most bullies are. They're just big guys that can't really fight. They're insecure about themselves, so they have to enforce themselves or their dominance towards others. They're confident, strong men don't have to force themselves onto others. They're typically the nicest guys you'll ever meet. But this guy, on the other hand, he's just an insecure roid head. Why are you stealing someone's bike for? What's wrong with this guy?
Yes, you're gonna think about it.
Another thing that we saw this week
yung kagalit-galit na pinanggagawa ng isang foreign
is this
vlogger
infuriating
sa ating mga
thing that this
kababayan.
vlogger done.
They rob you.
Biro man na ito o hindi, sino naman Pilipino ang hindi
Kind of a
kukulong
Filipino
ang
won't get
dugo
angry
sa
at this.
napapanood natin?
It's just sad to see because it's been part of social media that we have these vloggers that disrupt society, disrespect people, just so they can get viewers. Don't follow that behavior. That's not the behavior of Filipinos. Trust that those people who does this won't get away with it. The days are over that of foreigners who think that they can get away with bullying Filipinos in our own country. This is some nationalistic stuff. Filipinos are kind, humble, gentle, and patient. That's why it's sad to see Filipinos being abused. It's natural for us to just laugh it off and not make a big thing about it. But it doesn't mean that the government will let it pass. We have to fight the bullies. Hopefully this serves as a learning lesson for foreigners that is coming to our country, that is just making a mockery of our country. And that's what the president said. Now the translation isn't, all 100%. I tried my best. It was just really paraphrasing. But it was the general gist of what these things said in Tagalog. I mean, yeah, this has to stop. And I'm proud that the Philippine government done something about it. Now, the justice system in the Philippines ain't, ain't the best in the world, but still, in this case, they did something good for the world society and everyone else in the future. Look, Philippines is still a great place, full of kind people, generous people, well-mannered, hospitable, extremely friendly people. One of the happiest people you ever meet. But it doesn't mean that you can push them around, bully them. Just because they let you in doesn't mean you should push them around. And it's nice to see that authorities are doing something about nuisances of society. It's gone way too far. But hopefully he changes. If he gets a 25 year sentence, I hope he changes his ways. Maybe this is for the better. I think he's around 40 years old already. So if he does get sentenced to 25 years, I mean, it's going to be tough for him. But maybe he'll change his mind. Maybe it would be the best thing to happen for him. But still, vloggers, streamers, especially the young generation and kids, understand this. The consequences are a real thing. And criminal punishment, well, no one is excluded from that. So think about your actions. Don't do it all for the clout. At the end of the day, once this viral clip and this clout passes and the next big thing comes along, he'll be stuck in a cell, fading from the world's eyes. And in a few years, decades, we won't ever even know who he was and what he did. So don't just do it all for the clout. It fades, it's fickle, it never lasts. Build a lasting legacy, and you can only do that by being a great person and helping others. I hope this video helps you. It's Thirdy, helping you see life in plain sight. See you in the next one. Peace.